time they felt we manipulated them, but they'd got themselves organised. They were like, no, it's us that are going to get asthma, it's us that are going to suffer when this roof comes through. And apparently somebody was telling me that they met one of the lassies and she's now an environmental something or other.
Yeah, because they won the Rose Award then for environmental, for cleaning up the river. They then cleaned up the river. So they never only came and did that, they took it a step further. Because when you came to the camp, you never just sat around. You always had to be busy. You were required to be busy, it was right. But you learned as well. There was a whole learning process. And I learned to read maps because of the motorway. And then I found the M74, Northern Extension. And I said to Colin, there's a motorway where I live in the map. There isn't a motorway there. And he went, no, they're going to build it. And I went, no. What are you going to do? And he handed me back the map and he went, no, what are you going to do? I can't do it. And he went, do something. And I did. And he sent me away. And then I remember another day a journalist saying to Colin something about, so will I just call you an environmentalist? And he went, don't pigeonhole me. Jules was like, okay, you're Colin. Yeah.
A lot of the kids get into trouble in the school for doing this. And I was at the school as an adult student at the time, and a lot of the teachers really supported what was going on, but there was a lot of them were kind of firmly entrenched in the establishment, and it caused the right stoosh in the school. But I ended up in the national news. We were on the national news a lot. I think it was one every week, updates. What the newsreaders were always hanging about in the
Aye. They tried to go lift here. The most unusual thing I think I've ever seen is when people connected to trees with wires. So all the trees were connected with wires, remember? And so and they would go into the middle so that one body was protecting two trees. So it looked like people were just floating in mid-air and they were on these wires and they'd stay on them for 4, 5, 6 hours. And there was a wire up and a wire at the foot. Aye, and they were connected up to it and they stayed up there for hours and hours on end. We did other things. We did Wimpy Homes, who were responsible for building the road. We hit their compound up in Nits Hill, but we also hit Wimpy Homes on Mother's Day. They were giving trees and plants to people who came to view the homes up in the Kilpatrick, the hills. It was up about there, a new place they were building. And about 7 or 8 years just went up, and we went up on the roof of the Wimpy show home, and somebody went into the bath, took all their clothes off, naked in the bath. We put dead animals that we found in the drawers of the show home, and prawns in the curtain rails and things like that. But they were giving away plants to people, and we were saying to the mothers, don't take their plants because they're ripping our plants out the ground, and people started refusing to take their plants, and we held a Wimpy home for like hours with our big dirty boots on. We just went to the target, whoever was the problem, and we cost Wimpy a lot of money, and we bought shares in Wimpy so we could go to the AGM, and went to the AGM and played traffic through a ghetto blaster right through their shareholders meeting. There was a lot of activity outside the camp. We occupied Glasgow District Court as well, because people were going to jail. But the community were here. The community were involved.
Yeah, I think that was one of the good things about it. It was a community.
Community were here. It was a
community-led campaign.
It was brilliant. It was sad, but it was brilliant as well. And things came for it, lots and lots of people, didn't they? These 3 wee bairns did for a start, but lots of good things came from it. A lot of people get empowered and learned and got courage and found good friends, and Gal Gale came for it.
It was
Aye.
The wolves.
That used to be at the top of the chimney.
Yeah.
What have you found, Livy?
Found the wolf carving from the chimney.
That's amazing. A nice carving, sandstone carving for the chimney of the house. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Can I still lift it? Yes.
I know, that's what you were first job down.
Aye, I just cleaned off the snake.
Oh, brilliant.
And I found out he's a big square. And there's loads of them.
Aye.
They're all planked.
Oh,
Hey, hey, hey.
Colin learned to carve in I think it was Nova Scotia. He went over for the Native Forest Network conference or something like that, and it was all kind of people who were, you know, campaigning for the forests over there, and I think they were travelling around Canada and meeting native people, and he's staying with the what are they called? They've got a great name, their tribe. I forget it, but apparently they're storytellers. Their tradition is about storytelling and dreaming. That's right. And they were walking through these hills, and he found this guy who was carving in the middle of nowhere, just a wee shack. And tapped the guy's door, and he said, "I want to learn to carve." And the guy said, "Well, you just get yourself a chisel and go off there and try." So Colin just taught himself. When he got back here, the first thing he did was get himself a chisel, made himself a mallet. He's still got the first mallet he made himself, I think. And he just used to practice under railway bridges, anywhere where there was old sandstone, the backs of derelict churches. So now and then, everywhere you go, you see wee carvings. Do you, aye? Round here?
Aye, one at just old Darnley Bridge.
Right. Is there, aye?
There's a couple in there, the Eagle and the Knot.
Oh, you have to show me
like,
that.
like the West Highland Way, get a wee route.
Yeah,
Colin's route.
yeah. I know. I was through at this special site over on the Fife, and there's a wee, you know, it's this ancient site, and there's this wee kind of bit that comes down through the rocks, and there's a Celtic knot, exactly the same as one of the ones you carved over there and over there, you know, and it's like, it's got to be Colin, you know.
Just one road from here, what I mean?
Right,
Between Priesthill and Darnley.
right,
You go right on
You got it, lovely.
uh-huh,
to the roundabout. The bus station bit.
Lovely.
You just walk along the path.
right,
Just go through the tunnel, it's the other side of the tunnel.
right. You'll have to show me sometime, Mark, 'cause I'd love to see that.
No, it's sitting on its front so it gets protected, but we're just exposing it.
I don't know, this is
That's a
what
good
we
one.
we were trying to debate, do we move them or do we
Well,
leave them, or...
If it's seen that people are going to take it, if it's covered
No,
up.
if it's seen here, people would take it, but do we take it somewhere that we could display them? We'd maybe take them up to Barmadi sometime, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll figure it out.
It's kind of good that they're here though, isn't it?
It's nice that they're here, we shouldn't take all of them, I don't think.
Could maybe just even
It's like some kind of archaeological site, do you know what I mean? You always wonder, what the hell would an archaeologist make this place, do you know what I mean?
No, but if you get a charted home anywhere, you can bring kids and see if they could find them.
Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
I can
No,
still
there's-
lift
there's-
that
there's
red
however many.
sandstone
Can
rock.
you?
Aye,
That is some achievement.
lifted it
I was
out.
an
but
achievement then.
There's a burrow underneath it.
Is there? Fantastic.
So Livy was the chief stone turner.
Odnasoni, is it Odnasoni?
Livy was his, just this is a true story. He said to me the first time I met him, "Can you move this piece of rock for me? Can you help me move it?" So I picked it up. I said, "Where do you want it?"
Broke your back.
He went, "I could use you."
Yeah. Sounds about
And he
right.
did. Livy, come on, what this done?
Yeah.
Look at the eyes.
Somebody's feet on the street.
Look at the
He always manages to-
Jack wants to lift that as well. Just Colin didn't learn to carve, he knew how to carve.
Ah, he was born with it. It was in his blood. Carving.
Yeah, yeah. No, I totally
Just didn't
Actually,
bump
I always
into
say
each
that
other.
the wolf was in the bit of stone. It was just took Colin to bring it out.
The animal in them.
Go. No.
Well, I think we should keep it here.
Aye.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's
Nah,
nice.
doesn't belong in Burma, it belongs here.
it's done here in Papa.
It belongs here.
I'm saying
There's a piece of Colin
people
here.
find
on the
out
side
about
now.
We'll do it live, we'll get a shot at it.
you've got to just put it in its face again so nobody will
Aye,
see
when
it.
it was still- Plus it leaves a wolf
Facing the earth.
in the ground.
I have a picture of that burrow under the snake stone.
Oh, good.
What was the story of that big round thing rather than sticking out?
That was the fireplace.
Was it?
We built that there
Aye.
Oh, that big.
Yeah.
with a tree. Just there, it's there, pal.
Aye, I see it earlier. I was quite lucky.
And
It was a
Lots
massive
of-
tree like
Massive,
that. And it came
like that.
down. So they squared off the top,
Yep.
put those things around the top, filled it with concrete
Yeah.
because the stump itself
was it.
quite-
Oh, right.
And see the thing you see for the Pollock with the big thing in it, that was
The lodge, yeah.
The lodge, the library, the lodge. The...
It looked like a big spaceship that had landed, didn't it?
Oh, aye, I remember.
The big.
I built a fireplace in it.
Ah, you did the
doors,
metal doors.
Aye, aye. How you doing, man? Alright. What are you doing? Alright. Good to see you. How you doing?
Just see people popping up as the flowers.
Good floors.
Yeah, we're all wee flowers.
I like the gadget.
No,
That's another gadget. Oh, that's gadget.
That dog knows there's a wolf flying there.
We think it's a hazel. We think
Well,
we've got a couple of
fertilised
hazels here
that
today.
Yay! 2 hazels! 3 hazels!
Oh, the bedrock.
Excuse me, my
We're
man.
going to plan this.
Was it? Man.
What a place.
You can edit that.
Never thought I'd see that again.
No.
Well, we're putting all the stuff in the slip road then.
What do you reckon? Do you want to try over there, Rob?
I would try over
Okay, let's get going because people got other commitments. You haven't done the frozen edge, didn't it? Aye. The stuff we saw back like
It's pitch black, that's what they're saying last time.
I suppose